Show, starring Johnny Carson. Johnny's guest host tonight is Tony Danza. This is Doc Severinsen along with Tommy Newsom and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Tony and his guests, Marilu Henner, Kenny G, Jackie Collins, and from Who's the Boss, Alyssa Milano and Danny Pintauro. And now, here's Tony Danza.
Thank you. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, what do you say up there? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Tonight Show. I'm Tony Danza. You know, before I go on, Doc, just say that one more time, please.
What do you want me to say?
You know what I want you to say, Doc. Come on, Doc.
No, I can't.
Doc, come
I
on,
can't
please,
do
one
that.
more time.
Not even for Johnny.
Oh, come on, Doc. It's my first time, please.
Well, one time.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And now, here's Tony Danza.
Dave, thank you very much. See that? I got to tell you, folks, that sounds great. It really does. Oh, thank Mom. I told you not to come. Before I go on, I want to thank everybody here at The Tonight Show. I want to thank Johnny Carson and Freddie D. Cordova and Peter LaSalle and everybody else on the staff for giving me the honor to host The Tonight Show tonight. Thank you very much. Let's see. So, folks, how was Thanksgiving? Huh? How was it, good? Mine was great. You know, I went home to see my mom in New York. It was a big... I told you not to come, Mom. I did. Anyway, it was a big family affair, and all my relatives were there. And, you know, funny thing, I realized one thing. My mother is still asking me the same silly questions she asked me when I was growing up. I mean, in fact, I call them now my mother's silly questions. Let me give you an example. You say to your mother, Ma, loan me $20. She says, what's the matter, you broke? You know what I mean? I say, no, Ma, the guy at the gas station won't cash my $1,000 bill, you know? Or you say to your mother, gee, Ma, I don't feel so good. She says, what's the matter, you sick? You know? Or another one of my favorites, you're working around the house, you know, you're banging, putting a picture up, so you're working with a hammer and a nail, you hit yourself in the thumb, you start to scream. She says, what's the matter? Hit yourself with the hammer? But my favorite, here's my favorite. My favorite is when, you know, you're at a family thing and all your cousins and your relatives are there and you're doing something and your mother catches you, she comes in, she says, hey, cut that out. You want me to come out there and smack you in front of all these people? Yeah, please, Ma, come on out. No, wait a minute. Let me go get Uncle Joe. I don't want him to miss it. You know what I'm saying? Girl, let's see. You know, I went down to see the Mike Tyson fight down in Vegas. Yeah, pretty tough guy, this Mike Tyson. Woo! I'm talking tough, man. Let me tell you. And I want to congratulate him right now while I'm here. I congratulate Mike Tyson for becoming the youngest heavyweight champion of all time. That's an unbelievable thing. In case I run into him, you know, he'll say, you know, thanks a lot. But, you know, speaking of fighting, I don't know if you know this or not, but, you know, I used to be a fighter before I was a guest host. You know what I mean? You don't want to say it again, I know that. No, I wasn't a great fighter, but I wasn't a bad fighter. You know, I won all my fights by knockout. Unfortunately, I lost all my fights by knockout. You know, but I did have one thing in common with Mike Tyson. You know, you know how he goes in the ring without a robe? Huh? Well, I used to go in the ring without a robe, too. Thank you, but the reason I went in without a robe is because I couldn't afford one. You know what I mean? I was poor. I was a poor fighter. It was terrible. In fact, I'm moving here. You see, I'm drifting. See the cameraman going like this, get over there. Anyway, I was a really poor fighter. I mean, it was embarrassing. I used to go in the ring with a towel wrapped around my back. I mean, I remember one night the announcer said, in this corner, Holiday Inn. Sir. Oh, it's bad. I'm feeling better here. Let's see. You know, funny thing happened, too, on the way over here. I stopped to get my dry cleaning. You like the suit? Huh? Not bad? Thanks. Anything for applause. Anyway, I stopped to get my dry cleaning. I'm standing like on the corner, and I see a blind man crossing the street with a seeing-eye dog, all right? Now, I think the dog needed glasses, too, because he walked the blind man against the signal right into oncoming traffic. Unbelievable. And I mean, cars are skidding. It gets ugly, hectic. I mean, forget, people are screaming. They're cursing at the blind guy. Miraculously, he makes it to the other side of the street, all right? Now, he gets there. He reaches in his pocket. He pulls out a dog biscuit for the dog. Now, I'm standing there, and I can't help but ask him. I say, mister, I just saw the whole thing. Not for nothing. That dog almost killed you. Why are you giving him a dog biscuit? And the blind man said, I want to find out where his head is so I can kick him in the... All right, well, look. Thank you. We got a great show for you tonight. We really do. We got Marilu Henner. We got Kenny... All right. I didn't want to cut Mary Lou's applause. She'll kill me. We got Kenny G. We got Jackie Collins. Ooh. And for my show, Who's the Boss, we got Alyssa Milano and Danny Pintauro. We'll be right back.
Fire Brewing. It's more than a way to make Strohs and Stroh Light. It's a family tradition, passed down from one generation to another for over 200 years. It's what guarantees that smooth, consistent taste for generations to come.
Now you're talking Strohs. Now you're talking beer. Now you're talking good times, and Strohs is fucking here.
It's Red Lobster's crab legs and...
Crab legs and lobster, and how about crab legs? And fresh fish, and now for crab legs. And scampi that's steaming, and crab legs. And I must be dreaming.
A half-pound of snow crab legs and your choice of 8 seafood favorites starting at $7.95.
Crab legs and scallops and so on to crab legs. So dive in and go on.
So come on to Red Lobster now for...
Crab legs and...
The brand new 87 Lynx GS hatchback. Yours to drive for just $139 a month with no down payment. Hi, I'm Cal at Salem Mall Lincoln Mercury, and we think this top-of-the-line Lynx GS offers so much value at such an affordable price. It's equipped with automatic transmission, power steering, stereo cassette, cruise control, and much, much more. If you want a basic car, we've got those too. But consider the value of this loaded 87 Lynx GS with no down payment for $139 a month.
The Problem Solvers put on a new hat during Trustworthy's Christmas sale. Skill 7 1/4 inch circular saw with a powerful 2 1/8 horsepower motor, just $39.97. Black & Decker's variable speed reversing drill features a 1/3 horsepower motor, now only $29.97. Choose an Energizer 2-pack of C or D size batteries or one 9-volt battery for just $1.87.
Trustworthy saves you time and money. We're the Problem Solvers.
We're back. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Nice to have you here.
I can't believe I'm hosting the Tonight Show, Doc.
You look good back there.
You like this?
Yeah. How do you feel? I mean,
I can get
excited?
used to this. Yeah, I like this. This is real nice.
I enjoyed your comments there about the fighting. You know, I'm a big fight fan, and I know you look like you're ready to go anytime. I see you working out up on Mulholland Drive.
Yeah, well, that's
doing your
running.
road work.
Running is one thing. Getting hit in the face is something else. You know what I mean, Doc? Interestingly enough, though, you know, I'm a fighter, but I was a fighter, but nobody's ever seen me fight. I'm always talking about it. You read about it a lot. Well, tonight, in honor of my first stint here, we have a little clip we're going to show you of me fighting back in Brooklyn. So we roll the tape.
And we know Tony Danza is a pretty good boxer. Let's watch this one.
It's me in the white
See
trunks.
how these boys feel each other out. What are they trying to find out about each other, Harold?
Well, the first thing that they try to find out, the opening round is usually the feel-out round, where they feel each other out. But evidently, Tony Danza doesn't feel like feeling anybody out. Tony Danza is all ready to start throwing bombs, which he's doing right now. Tony Danza is a murderous puncher.
What'd you think? I was going to bring one where I lose? You know what I mean? Next time I come back, I'm going to bring a loss, because they're funnier, I got to tell you. So
you were a bit of a catcher as well as a hitter.
Yeah,
huh?
in fact, I was more of a catcher. Enough about me, huh, Doc? Let's talk about my show. I want to bring out my next two guests. They're wonderful kids, and today, you know, kids acting, sometimes it bothers me, but these two kids are great, and they do my show, and I'll bring them out right now, Alyssa Milano and Danny Pintauro. Okay. I know.
These were the two men in my life.
Oh, isn't that nice, Alyssa? All right, here's the money for these flowers.
Thank you.
Okay, so what do you think, huh? I have to get over being here first before we can even talk.
Okay.
All right? But let's try this, okay? You guys have a good vacation, a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Did you?
I had a great one. I went home to my mother. What did you do, Dan?
Oh, just stayed home, had dinner, helped Mom make dessert. Everybody ate a lot. Everything was gone by the next day.
Uh-huh.
Of course, we had turkey sandwiches and everything the next day.
Oh,
It was great.
typical Thanksgiving. How about you?
Yeah.
Did you help out there and?
Not really. I watched the Twilight Zone marathon though, and I ate. I came out all day.
I can't help but comment on this eye makeup here, Alyssa.
I wasn't gonna get by this.
Well, I'd be remiss if I
thought
didn't
you were gonna
say.
bring like a sponge on.
No, I thought about getting some cold cream out here, but no, you know, no, Alyssa looks beautiful. It's just that we're trying to keep her under 35. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I brought a friend with me backstage. He saw you. He wanted to ask you for her. Okay, Tony, just relax.
Calm down.
A friend of mine saw you backstage. He wanted to ask you for your number until I told him who you were. But anyway, that's okay.
I would have been better.
I would have been better. If I hadn't messed that up, it probably would have worked. So, now listen, you guys, you know, everybody knows you're on the show, but they don't know how you go to school. Explain to us what you do, you know, besides doing the show.
We go to school 3 hours a day on the set. Whenever we can get like an hour, and we do it. And we rehearse and stuff, and it's all in the same day.
So, you know, I want to tell you, folks, these kids work 3 hours a day besides doing the rehearsal. It's tough enough doing the show. And you guys good in school? Let's tell them.
A+ student.
Yeah.
Same with me.
See this? I know all of this. That's why I asked them, you know. What do you think? Should we tell them about the set? Do we have a lot of fun out there, or?
Okay, I got a story. I don't know if you'll remember, but last year at Universal, with Ricky and Alfonso, you take water guns and I take one, and we'd have water guns fight all over the set.
That's true. Well, Ricky Schroeder and Alfonso Ribeiro from Silver Spoons, yeah. But we ambushed them. Remember we climbed up on top of
I think they got squirted with a fire gun. That was you.
Yeah, you know, you mean a fire extinguisher. Yeah, well, what do you call it? I escalated the war, you know what I mean? I brought in automatic weapons, you know what I'm saying? No, we do have a good time. And what else? Tell me something about your personal life. Danny, you have a boyfriend? I mean, folks, this could be a long night. Danny, let me rephrase that. Do you have a girlfriend, Dan?
Yes. Her name is Carrie.
Carrie?
Houlihan.
Who? Oh, wait a minute. Now, I know this girl, right?
You do.
This is a girl who's been in our show and played, who she played?
Jenny.
Jenny.
And she's on Our House, too.
She's on Our House, too. This kid works more than me. And, Alyssa, I guess we have to ask you, do you have a boyfriend?
Boyfriend. That's interesting. How could I when you scare them all away? Tony is like a typical Italian father, you know?
What do you mean, typical Italian father?
Typical Italian father, you know, when somebody comes on the set, you take them off. You know?
In other words, when all those boys come like prowling around, they're swooping like vultures, then I throw them off the set. That's a typical Italian father? If I was a typical Italian father, I would have killed that last guy that was on the set, too. No, really, these kids are... I'm only kidding with you. I am a little tough on Alyssa, though, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
It's okay. I love you anyway.
That's good. So, how long you guys been in business?
I've been acting since I was 2 years old. I did lots of commercials, movies, everything.
that's, let me have one of these pencils here. All right. And Alyssa, how long have you been in the business? I know a lot longer than me. Go ahead.
5 years.
5 years. Oh, I've been in the business longer than you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I started out in Annie.
Oh, you did Annie in the road company of Annie, right?
Yeah, I toured around for a year and a half on the road.
And how was that? What kind of an experience was that for a kid?
It was hard at first because I was away from my dad. I was on the road with my mom, but I got used to it, and it was a great experience.
Danny, you were in Cujo, right?
Yes, and I also did a movie called Time Stalkers. It'll be out in January. It's on CBS.
Well, when are you writing your first book? Jeez, I mean, I don't know where to go from there. You guys, do you tend to stay in the business? I mean, when you grow up? Danny, let's start with Dan.
You go first.
Okay, yeah, I want to stay in the business for as long as I live.
Ah, yeah. Well, that could be a while yet. And Dan?
I want to stay around the business, like a director or a producer, because I like to do
You want to direct?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to direct. You notice that now? You notice that? Yeah. Except the guy that directs our show. He wants to act. I don't know if you noticed that. Yeah, okay. Oh, I know what. How about this? You know, we do something every week we do the show on Fridays. We do 2 performances. We do a 3:30 and a 6 o'clock. And every once in a while, we break out a little tap dance. And you guys want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured Danny would. Come on. Maybe you guys could follow us, all right? All right. You ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey!
Nobody makes soup in a cup like Lipton cup of soup.
It's good.
Nobody makes soup in a cup like Lipton. Puts a smile on your face. Cup of soup.
Hallmark presents Placido Domingo, the London Symphony Orchestra, and the Vienna Boys Choir in a new Christmas album. It's called Listen to the Joy, $2.95 with any Hallmark purchase, only at your Hallmark store. Enjoy it, and Merry Christmas.
Your mom always said it's the thought that counts. At Kmart, we know how important nice thoughts are, and we believe that they shouldn't have to cost a lot. That's what makes us America's favorite store. Kmart, the saving place.
Tom Raper, Richmond, Indiana, declares war on prices. Tent campers, $49. Trailers, fifth wheels, $99. Motor homes, $15.9. Vans, truck caps, $99. Mobile homes, $99. Sectionals, $194. Save today the Tom Raper way. Special RV antifreeze, only $1.99 per gallon. Nobody beats our bottom line deal. I-70 exit 149A, it's worth the drive. Tom Raper, Richmond, Indiana. A sprawling 30-acre complex, the Midwest's largest inventory. Open till 8, closed Sunday.
The people who come to Apollo. People young and old who've decided to enhance their careers and their social lives by enhancing their appearance. Some Apollo clients have just a little added hair. Some have more. Apollo's unique approach blends added hair with natural, so you can't tell the difference. They swim, shower, shampoo, do anything they'd normally do. They just look better doing it. To arrange a free consultation, just call Apollo. Your hair never looked more natural.
Thank you. Well, we're back. We're back, and I feel bad that those kids were my first guests because I was more nervous than they were. Okay, but my next guest is a beautiful lady and a good friend of mine. She's also a very talented actress. She's done Broadway. She's done feature films, and most important, she spent 5 years with me on Taxi. Well, you're welcome, Miss Marilu Henner. is Marilu here yet?
No, actually, that's the line that was used for you. Because, like, Tony used to walk onto the set, you know. Like, first you'd hear this, like, growl as the door would push open, and then all of a sudden he'd, like, grab Danny and pick him up, and Danny's, like, such a fire plug, you know, like, dense.
To say the least.
And would, like, throw him over, and then he'd jump on top of me, and...
Please.
I love it.
I'm married now.
No,
Take it easy.
I know. Well, that, you know, I mean, I never drank coffee, so that was, like, enough of the little eye-opener.
It's morning. That's how we get up in the morning.
Right.
Hell with them bagels.
That's right. That's right. No, we used to have a great time.
You look beautiful.
Thanks.
I mean, not that you don't usually, but you just look fabulous.
I'm telling you, Tony, it's all those rice cakes. It's all the vegetarianism and everything else, working out. No, but you know what we used to do on the Paramount lot? They had a gym, remember?
Yes.
And we used to go over there and work out, because I've always been into fitness, and Tony, of course, is, you know, yeah, feel this. Every day, yeah, feel this, you know.
Marilu, just tell me your story.
So anyway, so he, you know, would like have me just punch his face. And I just like get to punch his face for about 20 minutes, and he'd go, I love it, I love it, I love it. It's true.
I'd take anything from her, that's what it was. So.
Yeah.
Are you jealous that I dance with the kids?
I'm so jealous. I'm like sick. No, because as soon as I heard I was going to be on with you, I wanted to dance with you. This is like one of the greatest dancers in the world, the best partner dancer. I mean, and I've danced with some great partners.
Well.
But
we know that too, Marilu.
I know, but you know what? You're my favorite partner.
Yeah?
You are by far my favorite partner. We once did the Dinah show. Dinah did a taxi salute.
Yeah.
And so we got to dance.
That was
So
you're looking at me crazy.
I know, I want to dance with you. But that's okay, he doesn't want. He did his dance. No, not Landy. No, it's like a disc. All right, we'll do this. I want to do the...
No, you don't want to do this. Wait a minute, hold on. Hold it. This is, all right, take it easy, folks. This is my show tonight.
Yeah.
Now, Marilu wants to do some kind of disco beat. Do you know that, guys? Yeah?
Okay.
All right. Shit, well, it's not me. I think
that's okay, Tony.
We may have to work
that's
on
all right.
that.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Don't be
sorry.
upset.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. You know, you sometimes lose it over the years, and you know what are you gonna do? It's okay. It's all right.
This is gonna be a long night, folks. I can tell you that.
No, I'm sure you and Tracy have better things to do than practice dancing.
Yes.
You know, she's pregnant, right?
Yeah, my wife's pregnant now. Yeah.
Great.
My wife's pregnant. It's weird, you know. My wife got pregnant. I gained 10 pounds. The strangest thing ever happened.
You look good, though. You really do.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look fit. I mean, because you get, like, jolly if you put on weight, but you look really good.
You know, it's wonderful to have you on. Now, look, we worked together for 5 years. I'll tell you what. Let's redeem ourselves. If I tell my greatest memory from Texas. Do
you want me to sit there, Tony?
Would you move here? Yes.
Okay.
No, we worked in Texas for 5 years. Now, if I tell my favorite memory, you tell your favorite memory.
Oh.
What's your favorite?
Wait, from the show? Okay, all right.
Is she impossible? I mean, it's impossible.
No. Go ahead.
No, you go first.
Oh, I go first?
I'm the host.
Oh, all right. God, there's something. Well, I loved every Friday night. Okay, first of all, we did 112 shows. We had 112 parties.
We did 114 shows.
No, we did 112.
Like I said, it was 112.
It's 112. I mean, Tony.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
What am I doing?
All right, so we had 112 parties, and every Friday night that we would do the show before, everybody had so much makeup on that we couldn't really kiss each other because people would get, lipstick and stuff. So what we decided to do is we had the taxi Good Luck. And do you want to show them what the taxi good show?
I don't think we can show them that, Marilu.
Oh, all right. Well, anyway.
That's your big memory.
That's one of my favorite memories. I mean, I loved being teased. I loved being,
You know what my big memory was?
What?
Danny DeVito's nose hairs. He has the longest nose hairs in history. I mean, Tarzan could swing on his nose. I'm serious.
True. That's true.
Right?
No, he was always clipping them.
I used to tell him, give your nose a haircut. He says, no, I'm wearing it long now. You know, Okay, listen, we'll be right back after this message.
more profound than words. Diamonds.
Pour it on Quaker fruit and cream. Stir it up, Quaker fruit and cream. What a taste, what a dream. The cream of the crop, Quaker fruit and cream.
Quaker introduces fruit and cream instant oatmeals, bananas and cream, blueberries and cream, peaches and cream, and strawberries and cream. 4 rich, smooth tastes you won't find in any other cereal.
The cream of the crop, Quaker fruit and cream. Instant oatmeal, Quaker fruit and cream.
A touch, the right touch, can be the start of something really special. Perhaps bread is a touch of real butter, just a touch. And you know what? A touch can make all the difference. With the right touch, you can turn a little smile into a great big one, or 2.
New Kraft Spread. Half the calories of margarine, 97% cholesterol-free, and a touch of real butter.
Nice touch.
Listen closely. $125 a month and no down payment, and you own the truck. Hi, I'm Jack Wallace of Salem Molly Susu, where we have made a special purchase of 200 pickups that are now available for just $125 a month with no down payment. All you pick is color, because all 200 trucks are sale priced for just $125 a month with no down payment, and you own it. And only at Salem Molly Susu, where customer satisfaction is standard equipment.
L.A. Law's moving to Thursday with a new brand of justice.
I got no problem with that.
I'll see you in court.
L.A. Law, following Night Court starting this Thursday.
This whole concept is stupid, isn't it? Where I come out dressed up like a geek and tell jokes for a couple of minutes.
But Dave, everybody else is doing it.
Something wrong inherently with this deal.
At Haircuts, I get the cut I want. Apparently, a lot of people think so. The professionally trained stylists give you personal attention and a great cut.
Haircuts has hours to meet almost any schedule. You don't even need an appointment.
Convenient locations, great prices, and you know what? All my girls like the cut I get at Haircuts.
Oh, Daddy.
We've got your cut at Haircuts.
In Springfield, there's a haircut shop at 1720 Valley Loop Road.
Okay, everybody, dig in. Okay, go ahead.
The only way to deal with a serious case of pizza craving is to enter group therapy. Proceed with several friends to your nearest Pizza Hut and order a large pan pizza with all your favorite toppings.
You should take the last piece.
See? It works.
Bob Tatone Ford at Fairborn is your $675 connection to savings, and you are just minutes away from saving thousands of dollars with 3.9% fixed rate financing. Right now at Bob Tatone Ford, we have over 100 new Ford Escorts in stock that are specially discounted that you can save thousands of dollars on with 3.9% fixed rate financing. So whatever you do, make your last stop your best stop. Take that short drive to Bob Tatone Ford at Fairborn and save like never before the new '87 Ford Escort today.
The next winning check number on WWSN Radio tomorrow morning at 7:15.
We're back. Okay. Marilu, I'm looking here in the notes here, and I see it says here that you did about 30 commercials.
Yeah.
And I don't remember seeing you in any commercials.
Well, first of all, it was before you knew me, so you didn't know who to look for, you know, because it was like years before. But when I was in New York as an actress and I was working on Broadway, so I started to do commercials. But I was one of those actresses who got, you know, cast in, you know, some wonderful things like, you know, Samsonite Luggage Girl and, you know, stuff like that. But I did 4 bra commercials where all you saw was the top of me.
Oh,
I did 2. Now do you remember me, Tony?
In fact, I love your work, is what I'm going to say.
And I did 2, like, you know, Super Look Share panty commercials where all you saw was... and then one time I was in a big apple on my back with my legs sticking out and for Fruit of the Loom pantyhose.
Aha. Well, I guess...
So it was, you know...
I should have known it was you.
But then I did a lot of other things. In fact, one time I went to Venice, Italy to shoot a Ring Around the Collar commercial. So, yeah.
Wait a minute. They went to Venice, Italy?
Yeah, for 7 seconds. For a mood shot of Venice. It was a 2.5-second mood shot of Venice, and then a close-up of me saying my powder didn't work. You know, but I got a whole trip to Italy out of it, and that's how I fell in love with the country, as you know.
I know, you're in love with Italy. Now, you come from Chicago. You just came back from Chicago.
I just came back, and you know, all right, this, you know, people always hear like the rotten stories about Tony, you know, like the people he puts through windows, you know, stuff like that. And the fire, I love that you used the fire extinguisher trick from our show.
Listen, I took everything from Taxi that I loved, I brought over there, you know.
Absolutely. Tony was always like getting arrested for stealing, you know, the golf carts that the Paramount lot, you know, guys use. But it was great. One time I visited him on the set of Hollywood Nights, and he said, I can't believe I'm getting paid for all the things that I almost used to end up in jail for.
Yeah, it's true, it's true.
Speeding, you know, whatever.
I stole Fonzie's bike once from the Paramount lot, interestingly enough, but that's another story.
Well, anyway, I was in Chicago because my niece Lizzie was doing a play there, and Tony was so wonderful, he sent her flowers for her opening, and she's in a college play. Isn't that nice? Isn't that, like, really sweet?
Oh,
I mean, this is like one of the best people. He's always very generous. He always gave me beautiful gifts.
All right, man, here's the extra 20. That was great.
Well, wait a minute. Speaking of that, do you know you still owe me from first year $430? No, we used to have like this running tab. Whenever there was a contribution that had to be, you know, sort of, Tony would say, Mayor, stick in for me, you know, put it in for me and I'll pay you later, so. At some point.
I owe you $430.
Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm on the show, so
okay,
it doesn't matter.
All right, what? I hear you're thinking about getting married.
Yeah, kind of. Well, yes, and you know Rob.
Well, I know her. Well, you know. Well, Rob, first of all, let me just say, the guy that Marilu was with is, if you remember the ABC commercial, I shouldn't mention that, but those Together commercials.
Yeah, right. So that's how, you know, right, he's a director, and he's really wonderful, and, you know, it's really funny. I think you and I, like, had such, how do I say this?
I don't know, you might get me in trouble.
No, I'm not. No, what I'm saying is we both really found the right people, I think, just in time. I think that's what I really want to say.
Well, let me ask you a question now. When did you know you wanted to get married? Because I know you. I don't think, you know, I mean.
Yeah, right. Well, actually, a week after I knew him 13 months before we went out. But then once we started going out, like a week later, I thought we'd get married. I just kind of knew.
So,
in fact, we had this one night, like a week after we started dating, where I said to him, okay, let's have a night where we can say anything we want to each other and no one is held responsible and we can forget about the next day. And he said, okay. And I said, okay, will you marry me? And he said, I'm going to.
Now that's nice.
So nice.
Let's hear it for Rob. Hey. Oh, let me, wait a minute.
Write it down.
I want to write that down.
Well, no, but you were smart too. But then 2 months later, he asked me, and I said, well, we have to, like, wait, because we don't really know each other that well. And so now it's been 14 months, so we're still waiting. But next year.
Next year sometime?
Yeah, next year sometime. Is it different the second time around?
Well, the second time around, it's love is more comfortable the second time around. How's that?
I know, you do. You learn a lot, don't you?
Oh, well, you know, I mean, it's like night and day.
Yeah, it's like, well, no, you change, you know, you sort of know. I think, you know, at the first time, you just kind of, you're not sure, and then, you know, you get used to it.
For me, my wife has made a big difference in my life, though. You know,
yeah, I'll say so.
I'm waking up now instead of coming to, you know what I mean? So,
I know, some mornings.
Big difference. Oh, big. All right, listen, we'll be right back after this message.
Two with onion.
You got it. Wait, your truck.
Fujifilm gives you color pictures so true to life, it's a real breakthrough. Fuji's advanced technology has developed new Super HR film with ultra-thin color layers for sharp pictures with truer colors than we've ever had before. Get the newest breakthrough in color film, Fuji Super HR film, and get super breakthrough pictures.
Would you like to have something sweet?
It's nice to give a child something sweet now and then.
It'll be my treat.
Especially something with a sweetener that's made from things just like those found naturally in good things to eat. NutraSweet.
Would you like to have something sweet?
Just look for the swirl. NutraSweet brand sweetener.
We like to see you smile when you carry your promise. You won't be alone, and you'll always feel at home. Hooks likes to see you smile.
Hook's Promise Charge Card puts a whole range of customer services at your fingertips. So carry our promise with you wherever you go.
Hooks likes to see you smile. We like to see you smile.
This holiday season, you can travel around the world in search of the best Burgundy for your feast. Comb the coast for the ultimate Chablis for your gathering.
Scour the countrysides for the most rewarding rosé for your soiree. But you don't have to, because they're all right here. The wines of Ohio. Naturally.
I love this place. Ooh. I just want to say I love this job. You know, many critics have called my next guest the saxophonist of the year. And he'll be appearing at Concerts by the Sea from January 15th through the 18th. And this is his latest album. You can see that there. And he covered a song that I really love, What Does It Take to Win Your Love from Me? Here he is, Kenny G. That was great. Kenny G, we'll be right back right after this message, bud.
I'm leaving. I'm going.
Guess there's no point baking Pillsbury's best cookies.
Cookies?
Hot and fresh dough.
You'll never see me again.
So creamy, smooth.
I mean it.
Your cookie dough. Oh, you're so chocolatey. Kill me. Oh,
I miss my plane.
your hot and fresh dough.
Pillsbury's best cookies.
I am losing control. I have a TV remote, a cable remote, a VCR remote. Doesn't anybody make a TV with one remote control for everything?
Sure. Magnavox. This one comes with the universal remote. It controls the Magnavox TV and just about every brand of wireless, VCR, and cable.
A Magnavox controls Sony.
And Zenith, and RCA, and Panasonic, and...
I'll take the Magnavox, and you can take these.
The universal remote, it's 3 controls in one. Nobody puts it together like Magnavox.
Ford does it again, and Interstate Ford does it best. Financing as low as 3.9 APR or $300 cash back on our best-selling Ford Escort. Now you can enjoy the holidays in the comfort and security of a new front-wheel drive Escort GL. But with 3.9 APR or $300 cash back, what's here today may be gone tomorrow. So hurry to South Dayton's biggest little Ford dealer, Interstate Ford, Route 725 between the Dayton Mall and Miamisburg.
To 4.
Tell you how to save a bunch of money when you wander Indiana in the wintertime. Such a beautiful Indiana winter's day, I gotta invite all you winter wanderers to get out and get down. Come on, Wander Indiana. Just call 1-800-2-WANDER and save up to 50% on hotel-motel accommodations with a free Winter Wanderer coupon. Do it now, because everybody...
Aha, hey. Oh, boy. That guy can play the sax. My next guest is a terrific lady. She's a very successful authoress, and she has yet another bestseller out, and it's called Hollywood Husbands. Here she is, Jackie Collins.
I tell you, you're hot. Is he hot, ladies, or no? You really are something out here.
That's nice you to
I'm
say,
enjoying
Jack.
every minute of it. I'm finding out about things about you I didn't even know.
Aha.
Saw your buddy in the box thing. That looked pretty good.
Pretty good. Well,
Yeah.
that's years ago. That's years ago, yeah.
Has it gone to seed since
yeah,
then, Tony?
you know, like that. It went fast. It went fast. So, the book is doing well?
The book is doing well. You know, I was in a bookstore yesterday, and the lady said to me, this is the adult version of the Cabbage Patch Dolls. She said, all the wives are rushing in to get it for their husbands because they want the husbands to get a taste of what happened to them when Hollywood Wives came out.
I see.
Yes,
see.
they want to read about it.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think that this book would be classified as trashy?
You know what? I'll tell you.
I mean, I know you guys wanted me to ask that, so I asked it.
This book is hot, sexy, and macho, just like you.
What can I say? You know, I've been reading the book, and
Yes.
you sent it over, and we were, you know, me and my wife already had gone out and bought a copy, so the two of us read it together like a movie. It was fabulous. We laid there, and I read a little faster than her, so I had to slow down. But in your book, you got girls named Silver and Jade, Poppy, and Heaven.
Yes.
Heaven. I mean, you know, whatever happened to Josephine or Mary Ann or Barbara, you know?
Well, you know, if you're reading a book, sometimes you can get confused with the characters. And when my characters get into bed with each other, I want you to know who you're in bed with, Tony.
I see. Well, you know, my name, I changed my name. My name used to be Lance. Just for that reason, I changed it to Tony. But anyway, it's another story. Let me ask you a question. Are there any stories that, you know, about Hollywood husbands that you could tell here on TV?
I heard one this week, which I think is fabulous. I mean, this is a true story about a very famous singer. And he was always unfaithful to his wife. And he would always come home. He would always be home by 12 o'clock, and he'd say, you know, I was working late at the studio, or the movie went on too late. So one night he met this fantastic blonde, right? And he ended up in her bed, and it was fabulous. It was a great night of passion. You know what those nights are like, don't you, Tony?
Well, yes.
I mean, you've only been married a short time.
I gotta...
And,
I'm in trouble here. I may not be able to go home after the show.
He woke up and looked at his watch, and it was 6 o'clock in the morning, and he thought, oh, my God, I've blown it now. This is terrible. So he leaped out of her apartment, rushed down to his custom-made Porsche, picked up his cellular telephone, called home, and his wife said, yes. And he said, honey, don't pay the ransom. I've escaped.
Oh. Wait, I'm taking notes on that one, too. I got notes here. Now, let me say something here. You know, I know Jackie from her. You know, we see each other every once in a while.
Yeah.
I know your husband Oscar, and but you said that your sources are Hollywood husbands. Am I right?
This is true. You know, when I was writing the book, and it's a book. I mean, people say to me, you know, you said to me, is it a trashy book? It's not trashy. It's the truth about Hollywood. It's funny. It's the funny truth. I mean, I'm not frightened of anybody here. I don't need anything from anybody, so I feel free to write what I want to write, and it is the truth. You know, people call me up and they say, you're fearless, Jackie, and I say, sure. Yeah, and people tell me things, and I repeat them, and I change the names to protect the not-so-innocent. Like if I was going to write about you, Tony. Before you were married, of course.
Yes, well, you know, like I said, I can't go home here if that's the story. But actually, the guys are the sources more than anything.
Oh, yeah, they want to tell me everything. There's a great talk show host in the book called Jack Python.
Yeah, that's who I want to play, you know, I mean,
Jack
Jack
you'd be good.
Oh.
No, you know who you'd be good for? There's a character in it called Wes Money, who's an out-of-work...
Yeah, Wes, I like Wes.
Yeah, he's an out-of-work barman.
I like the book.
Right?
It's a hell of a read, folks, I got to tell you.
This is this out-of-work barman, and he goes to a big Hollywood party, and he's behind bar there, right, and he's watching all these famous people maneuver, and his eye is caught by this great soap superstar called Silver Anderson. I mean, I couldn't call her Jane Smith, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, that wouldn't
So her
work.
name is Silver Anderson, and she sees this great-looking guy. You'd be great for this role. And she says, oh, come up and fix me a martini or something like that. And the guy is, you know, very down to earth. But somehow he becomes involved in her life, but he also becomes involved in his own life, too, which is like a little larceny on the side.
He saves her from that crush at the party. See, I've been reading this book, and it is one thing after another, boy. I'm telling you, it scared me. I got to tell you, folks.
Oh, it scared you, but it's funny, huh?
It is funny.
Now, why did it scare you? Did you see little bits of yourself?
Well, the only thing that bothered... Well, I don't want to say I identify with it.
Which little bits did you see, Tony?
But no, I'm saying I was just waiting for some... You know, nobody... I mean, in the book, I was just waiting for one redeeming character. One guy that says, no, I don't want to go home with you tonight, sweetheart. My wife is waiting for me, you know.
How many redeeming characters do you know when you're out there in Hollywood and you're kind of playing the game? You know what I mean? I'm not writing about the nice guy. I mean, I'm not writing about Doc, the nice guy next door. I'm writing about these guys who are very manic, who are out there to make it, and they want to have a good time. And, of course, sex comes into the book occasionally. Didn't you find it there occasionally?
About every half a page.
I told you, I'm writing about Hollywood. What can I tell you?
Yeah, I mean, what's your next book? I mean, you did Hollywood Wives.
You know, I'm going to write a book next, and it's going to be called Rockstar. And it's going to be about the music industry. And I thought after the show tonight, I'm going to grab hold of Doc and find out everything he knows.
And I tell you something, I happen to know Doc's an easy touch. He'll tell you everything.
An easy what?
An easy touch.
Oh, an easy touch, yes. Well...
No. You gotta be careful what you say up here. You get in trouble here. Now, when you go to parties, you take notes?
I do, you know. There were these outrageous party scenes in Hollywood Wives, and everybody said, where did you get that dialogue? It's really, you know, it's so risque. And I said, I wrote it down. I would literally listen to what people were saying, and I would rush into the ladies' room and write it down. And I had to stop doing that, because when you rush into the ladies' room in Hollywood, everybody thinks you're going in there for other reasons if you go in there every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And in Hollywood Husbands, I have this studio head who's like a coke-snorting, 4 times married studio head.
Howard Solomon.
Howard Solomon,
I memorized the book, folks. What can I tell you?
Who wears a hairpiece and lifts in his shoes and cheats on his wife. Because the Hollywood husband really, he has this great home life. He has this perfect Hollywood wife, and she's at home, and everything is perfect. But he likes to get out there and play, because that's his fun. I mean, she controls his life. And if, God forbid, they ever got a divorce, he wouldn't know what to do. But he likes his daytimes free so he can have fun.
Yeah. It was like that in Brooklyn, too, I got to tell you. Now, let me ask you a question. Now, does your husband, I mean, what does he say when you start writing these racy books?
He loves every moment of it. But, you know, I want to say something to you, Tony. I watch the show. I watch Who's the Boss. I think it is the funniest show on television. And I think this man... But I really want to say what I like about you on it. What I like about you, you're a man doing a woman's job on the show, and yet you're still very much a man. And I think it's great that you've been able to take this role and really roll with it and have such fun with it.
You know, my mother got me in the that's very nice of you, Jack. Let me just say.
It's true, though, you know?
Yeah, well, my mother prepared me for this role. You know, she used to tell me, if you don't want to go out wrinkled, you better iron. So I got good at it. What can I tell you?
You must have had a great mother.
Oh,
huh?
she's a great lady. Now, let me ask you another question here. And I looked in the notes.
Yes.
And it's so great here to go through these notes. Now, your books indicate that you're a very, an experienced lady. I mean, you can't just write about this stuff if you don't know what's...
I just based all my books on your life story, Tony.
Would you rate my lifestyle, Jackie?
But your lifestyle, you have to admit that if I wrote a book about you, who would believe it? I mean, okay, you're happily married, and I know his wife. She's beautiful, pretty, lovely, but there is life before marriage, right?
Well, yes.
And you lived it.
I did live it, and I loved it. I mean, Hollywood was a lot of fun. I had a series, and it was fun.
Yeah.
But let's not go into my life.
He's determined not to talk about himself.
You have daughters, right?
I have daughters, and they read my books. In fact, I have readers from the age of 13 to the age of 83. I got this letter from a woman of 83 the other day. She said, Jackie, she said, I wish your books had been out there when I was a young girl. She said, I would have had a much better sex life.
Yeah, it is kind of a manual. I don't want to say anything.
Well, it's not really a manual. There's a lot of strong women and macho men, and women really come out on top, metaphorically speaking.
And on that note, we will return with more of the show after this message.
Tommy, guess what? What? He was here. He knows. Really? Tommy? Come on, come on. See? Even he knows Frank won the taste test.
Presenting your ordinary screwdriver versus the skill twist cordless power screwdriver.
Come on, baby, let's do the twist. Come on, baby, let's do the twist. Take it in your hand and go like this.
It's a new twist on an old idea at hardware stores and home centers everywhere.
Within the black, there is a power. Dragon Noir. The men's fragrance by Guy Laroche, Paris. Feel the power.
The Dracar Noir camera and flash, just $17.50 with any $15 purchase. Available at Lazarus.
1986 has been our best year ever at Salem Mall Lincoln Mercury, and we'd like to say thanks by offering you huge discounts and special percentage rates on our complete inventory. Hi, I'm Cal, and one example of our savings is this beautiful 1987 Town Car for just $299 a month with no down payment. That's right, $299 a month for a factory-fresh 1987 Town Car with no down payment, but only at Salem Mall Lincoln Mercury Mercure, where we're never satisfied till you are.
We're back. That's right, guys. Well, it's been a great show, and I want to thank the audience for putting up with me tonight. Thank you very much. I want to thank my guests. I want to thank Marilu. I want to thank Jackie. I want to thank Kenny G and the two kids, Alyssa Milano and Danny Pintauro. Thank you very much. And I just want to say thank you, Doc. Thank you, Tommy. Thanks, everybody else. And thanks, Johnny. I had a great time.
Next on Late Night with David Letterman, David welcomes comedian Marsha Warfield and modeling mogul John Casablanca. Then start your day with NBC News at sunrise. And tomorrow morning on Today, a talk with legendary actress Olivia de Havilland.